The LS swapped Accord today. It should be starting up. Today it will be starting up.
And now, you're watching the hot summertime body, skin glistening in the sun with oil and super sexy tan lines from a face mask channel of YouTube. Welcome to Bodie Vision.
Hey, so what is up and welcome. Thank you so much for joining me on yet another video. So today, in this video, this is the one that I've been looking forward to. This is the video that everybody's looking forward to when we're doing something as extravagant as putting an LS1 into a 1988 Honda Accord. So right now, we're just going for startup. We're gonna mock everything up just because we wanna know that we have everything done correctly and we want the motor to fire up. Then once that fires up, we're gonna tear everything down and we'll get into a lot more of those details way later on. Temporary right now, so this is just left over from the Ranchero.
Yeah.
So we just have the soft line going to the fuel rail.
You don't think you need like a clamp on there? Or you think
I think it should be fine.
Okay.
When we first try to give it fuel,
yeah,
we'll monitor it.
Okay.
But I think for first startup, it should be fine. This is real tight on there.
So this don't have an alternator running right now?
No. So we're gonna have to watch the battery as well.
Okay.
So this is going straight. Well, this is coming from the fuel pump. It's coming this way, and then the filter regulator has the flow labeled. And then I gotta set up a return, and I want the return. I'd like to just go back into the tank. And like I said, this is just extra from the Ranchero. And so this, can you hand me that vice grip in there?
Yeah.
And there's also a valve in here that I gotta make sure this is pushing on so that fuel can actually get back.
Is your transmission in neutral? Cause, you know, I don't know if you really want your transmission.
Yeah, fine. Okay, so I just want to test the fuel right now. All I want to do is check and make sure the fuel's not leaking from any of those connectors. Which, if we were actually running the car, those connectors aren't fine to run it, but we just want it to fire. So so I guess actually plug in the connector.
Plug in the fuel?
Yeah. This is all the OEM stuff too. Like just from the GTO, I just cut it off in the back and then get the pigtails. Okay, so is that grounded? It is, right?
What, this right here?
Yes. So this harness has the ground on it as well, so we're just dealing with the black and the purple?
Yeah.
So the black is grounded. Okay, so once you turn that on, we want to make sure we hear, so then just touch that on the actual terminal.
What, this?
Yep, just on the terminal.
This is for fuel?
This is, yep, hold on. That's only for the fuel pump. So I just want to check for leaks, so we want to make sure we hear the pump come on. And just kind of look over the fuel. So I guess just go ahead and touch it on. All it's going to do is turn on the fuel pump, hopefully. You just leave it on. You just want to make sure. Yep. Yep, I definitely got fuel here. At least everything's flowing like it should. Okay, and then this, because this is the filter regulator, so once the pressure reaches so high, it's just going to go back. So now it's just going from the pump backwards, so it's a closed system, so that could run all day long. Besides the fact that it's draining the battery. Yeah, just take that off. Yeah, so fuel's good, so now let's check just to make sure that the starter's going to work, but the main power for everything. So all this is going to do is I just want to hear just the starter.
So everything off and just here, click here.
Yep.
Yep.
And it's crazy. It's like when you hear the motor, it's like the first blip of like an EKG where it's like
yeah,
you know what I mean?
Just starting to hear some life.
Right. So we have fuel. We have the starter.
Alright, I mean, so the next step will literally just to be to set this on power.
Yep.
Yeah, with the purple, and then tap the starter, and at that time, you know, we have your key on ignition already.
Yep.
And it should fire up right then, right?
And this is all just loose, crappy mock-up, just to make sure we know what we're doing.
But all we need to do is just hear that boom.
Right, and then the motor's going to get ripped out, ripped down, rebuilt, and then if it doesn't work after the fact, I did something wrong with the rebuild.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So we just want to confirm that it'll start now.
Yeah.
Fuel is going to be with the plug.
Yeah.
And then...
Yeah, good.
Yes. And the jumper cables we got to go on to. And then the starter's that yellow wire, right?
Don't have fuel on yet.
Right. So we're gonna do the fuel with the plug. You know, we did all this on the Ranchero, so we have fuel. The starter worked. All we gotta rely on is hoping that the computer's good. I just calibrated it. So I guess, and then we gotta make sure we're ready to disconnect. Where's the right over here.
Ready?
Yeah, I want to keep an eye on oil pressure too. We'll let it run for maybe 30 seconds or so.
Ready?
Yep. That worked, huh?
Yeah.
I guess if it's not your first time, we checked everything.
Yep. Just methodically went down the line.
That's it. Not our first rodeo. Got it done. That's it, right? Now let's rip it out.
Rebuild time.
Dang, dude, that's a LS and a 1988 Honda Accord. It started right up. I mean, we've done this before. I'm not trying to toot my horn or anything, but when you go through and you cover all the bases, we had fuel, for sure. The starter worked, for sure. The spark, that should be handled within the Holley Terminator, and so many people run these Holley Terminators, so why would it not work off rip? Josh, what do you think?
That's nuts. I mean, I'm pretty sure one of one. I mean, you know, was a 3rd gen Accord?
Yeah, exactly.
You know, with the Chevy LS motor in it. I mean, people put LSs and everything, but this is nuts.
I know,
So,
it's crazy how far back. Most of the time the cowl is on up here, but see how far back it's actually into the car? It's so sick. Header's right there.
I think it's neat that you can see like the actual heads and all that kind of stuff in the back of the engine right there. But I mean, to see it actually start like that, it's like it's a car again because you've had this so far gone, you know?
So I don't know if you guys saw a lot of that blue smoke coming out. Before I put this fuel line on, this in, I put it just into a paint cup and it was all kinds of black, nasty, gunky, gross stuff. So that's probably where a lot of the smoke was coming from. And it wasn't smoking when we pulled it out, right? So I mean, it should be fine.
Yeah, you're talking about out of the GTO, right?
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, but the motor's been sitting for a couple, you know, what, like 2-3 months
exactly.
now.
They always smoke a little bit. I'm gonna be getting all kinds of new stuff for this motor anyways, and it's starting to rain. Let me pull some stuff in. Anyway, so that'll be fine. So this is what? What do you think? I mean, this is
nuts. I mean, it's like a one-of-one car, and it's like, and it's just like a little garage-built car, you know? It's like not like a big old shop or nothing you see on TV. It's just Bodie Vision on YouTube and a little shop and nuts.
right. And before we were even talking about doing this, Josh and I were going back and forth for quite a while on doing this Accord, even into probably the end of last year, maybe.
Yeah, we were talking like mid-December about it.
Right,
Yeah.
about actually doing it. And 3 months later, here it is, fired up, sitting on all 4 wheels and tires, on its own suspension.
Custom suspension.
Right, this is, I feel like this is the peak. We're
Yeah.
over the peak. You know, now it's just buttoning up. The paint job, I know exactly what to do for that. That should be relatively quick, simple, and easy. But the fact that it's on all 4 and the motor fired up.
Yeah. Well, it's like these builds. It's like you go like so far out,
Right,
but now you're just coming all the way back.
right.
And
the
it's
thing-
like, you're not going any further.
right. And
know.
I've just been, I haven't done any other work, which kind of sucks, but also I want to just keep attacking this car. I don't want to take in another project and let this thing go by the wayside, because when you put a project off to the side, it's so easy for you to just forget about it. So I want this car, like, I want to be on this car, attacking it. And I think for you guys, the viewers, I've been doing just that. Last video I said I wanted to start. Here we go, starting 2 videos back or 3 videos back. I wanted to get it on the ground. It was on the ground. I believe that I'm coming through with everything that I'm saying.
Yeah.
Because I'm getting after it, you know?
Yeah. And it's like some of these big old shows, like they just drag these things out weeks after weeks, you know,
Right.
week and week and week. That's like getting done.
So with this car, with this video, I'm at exactly where I wanted to be. I wanted the car to fire up, and it did just that. I'm not gonna go ahead and get my grinder out or get the welder out and start cutting up metal, because that's what we need to start to focus on next, is building out the trans tunnel. And I didn't want to do any of that because I wanted to have access to the transmission, to the back of the motor, to have everything so that way I can run the wiring. And we did just that. It looks really good. Now this video might have been a little bit short, but the weight that the first startup carries is so much. And then also with wiring, I normally show you guys everything, but with this, all of this stuff is just mock-up. It's just temporary. Where everything is, if you can see, it's just, it's just really a mess. So a basic breakdown. This is the little pad that I was looking at, Holley Terminator X. Everything is just really mocked up. Everything is looking really good. So I think that's going to be it for this one, you guys. Thank you so much for watching. Like this video, comment, subscribe. If you are hyped for this and you want to do me a favor, go check out my merch, make a small purchase. That really helps a lot if you're interested. If not, that's fine too. So that's going to be it for this one, you guys. I'm out.